We knew we wanted to start a practice together, and we knew that we'd be successful wherever we went because we wanted to do something different. We really wanted to create a practice that was something special. And so we decided to start our practice here and our lives and now our family.
My mother had breast cancer when I was in my early 20s before I went to med school, and she had a pretty difficult time through it and is no longer here. And after she passed, I really allowed that experience to drive my purpose in life by helping women like her have breast reconstructive procedures that we didn't even know were options back at that time.
I don't know where they came from, and I don't know why I got to find them, but they saved everything.
I didn't realize going into it how much recovery heals your soul. I found Dr. Mahabir and Dr. Kurtovic from Google, thank God. Maybe Courtney, how do you explain that?
They just have this complete understanding, just from a very deep soul level.
Yeah.
They really, truly care about you as a human being.
What they do is so amazing, and to have that opportunity for anybody who is able to and who needs it regardless of their situation.
Hi, welcome in. We'll get you all checked in. Can I get you a water or
Through
coffee?
our experience, my mom did not receive really good care, kind of rude awakening to the reality of our healthcare system. Fortunately, ended up in the position where I met Dr. Mahabir, and with both of our skills, we create safety for our patients. For them to be able to move from their cancer and their reconstructive experience so that they can actually heal.
When Dr. Kurtovic and I started our practice in Tucson, we quickly realized that there's a lot of women that are either completely uninsured or underinsured. Technically they have insurance, but the amount of money they would have to pay to receive their care is financially crippling. We wanted to be able to create a charity that would be able to provide breast cancer reconstruction for these women at no charge to them. We offer our surgeons services for no charge, of course, but we still have to do the surgeries at hospitals. Those costs, that's what the charity goes to pay for.
We named our charity Reblossom because it symbolizes the shifts and changes we see in our patients, where they feel positive and more healed. And the second aim of our charity was also to serve as a sense of community for women who've had breast reconstruction and provide education, the chance to bond and create friendships and move beyond their cancer. So this weekend retreat, Dr. Mahabir and I came up with that. We had women who underwent breast reconstruction with us experience a special time of bonding. I felt like these women didn't really see themselves as feeling beautiful and whole again, even though they've had their treatments. It felt like their part of them was missing. And so how could we bring that element for them to see themselves as a woman again? And so photography was kind of a natural way to do that. We came across Carolyn King.
Just be in touch with your body. It's not about being a professional model.
The idea was that they would all get their own photo boudoir photography experience. We also collaborated with Lola Torch, who owns High Tiger. She creates custom lingerie to help them feel alive again and good in their body after going through all that. And we called it Body Stories Redefined.
I feel like it's very easy to be very self-conscious. Yeah, you literally just forget that I'm here. It seemed like a really natural fit to have me involved in the project because I have this particular kind of storytelling angle. I think that intimate portraiture and boudoir, when you do it right, can be really therapeutic and really ends up having this very healing effect on people's relationships with their bodies. So I sort of feel like a photographer and a therapist at the same time. Let's just kind of relax a little bit. Gorgeous. The process started with me having an individual conversation with each of the women. I tried to get a sense of both what they went through in their medical experience, what their relationship with their body was like before this, and how it changed throughout the experience. It was pretty enlightening to get a sense of the really, truly holistic transformation that they've all been through. And one of the sort of themes that came out in my conversations with them, a lot of them had pretty traumatic experiences in the healthcare system and with their medical treatment itself.
Sylvia was insistent. They want it to be custom. They want the people to feel special and comfortable in their bodies. So I had the opportunity to have them come up here to the studio, and none of them were shy at all and open to wearing different things, even though they have all kinds of scars.
I'm here this weekend to help with the process of healing, of the diagnosis, the surgeries, and everything related.
As we are all sharing our photos and our journeys, that probably has been the most healing for me. By how much we've been through, we kind of like...
We all feel each other's pain and understand what we've gone.
Yeah.
You know, this is still a very internal process. Only you in your head in the middle of the night is the one that's dealing with it. And so this is very cathartic because you're like, oh, I'm not alone. There's other people who also are dealing with it.
It's a gift for us, right, to be in front of Caroline. I think she's got a mission here. The passion behind the lens is super important. So I'm really excited.
Every woman who has breast cancer and then surgery or treatments has multiple levels of trauma. And so I always like to tell them, this is an opportunity to change the narrative around your surgery and release a lot of that.
I don't want to die. Those were the first words out of my mouth when I hung up the phone and sobbed into my husband's arms. I had to tell my children what was going on, and literally nothing else mattered. Everything just stopped because all you have to do is you have to fight for your life.
I've changed so much since then. It made me take stock of what is important, who do I want to be, how do I want to show up in the world, how do I want to be a mom for my kids or a partner for the love of my life.
Life is even fuller now. It really opens your eyes to what you can do. It just wakes you up.
I am so blessed to have found Dr. Mahabir. He saved my life. And not because he removed my cancer, but because he put my life back together. Depression after surgeries, PTSD after surgeries. So much of your body changes, and everyone thinks it's plastic surgery. And I'm like, I don't think that you understand what's happening here.
Breast reconstruction is not simply aesthetics. A lot of times, patients require radiation, which complicates things, creates a lot of scar tissue and tension on the chest. And so if they're flat, sometimes that can be really symptomatic, and they don't have good mobility with their upper body. It limits what they can do. And it also feels bad. Women often don't know that they don't have to be in pain.
A group of people and a grassroots campaign put together a bill that eventually Obama signed into law called the Breast Cancer Patient Education Act. And it's a very straightforward law that just says, if you're a facility that's going to offer breast cancer care, you also have to make patients aware that breast reconstruction is an option and that it's covered by their insurance. Even that, we had to pass a law that people had to talk about it. So imagine when you get to other health conditions that people aren't talking about, women's cardiovascular risk or other women's health issues at all.
Just globally, women's health has not been something that people want to talk about, from physical health to mental health to all of it. I mean, me, even as a patient getting ready to have a baby, was astonishing and disappointing. It's not really about promoting health. It's just, oh, you're here, what's your problem? And just next patient, next patient, next patient. And so I'm kind of coming into this as a practitioner myself, expecting that maybe, you know, in 2024, the delivery of care is just a little bit better and the education is a little bit better. I was disappointed and shocked with how little education there is and conversations there are about preventative things, expectations. It's just something that I think it's important to talk about, start that dialogue and keep it going, and find ways to make more and more people aware.
We could start at the beginning and say, yes, getting a mammogram is so scary, but it's so important.
If you have a history of breast cancer in your family, please get genetic testing. It has been the scariest 5 years of my life, and I wouldn't trade it for a thing. To know that my body is now not able to produce those cells makes it totally worth it.
Because I caught mine so early, I am done. I didn't have to go through some of the awful steps that everyone else has to go through, and I'm grateful for that. But women my age aren't getting mammograms.
Regular screening should be a standard for everyone. Part of it, there's health inequity and health disparity, misunderstanding about it. People bury their head in the sand, but if you don't find it, it can and will kill you.
Giving people all the information ahead of time so that they can make informed decisions. And I don't think that happens as much as it should for various reasons. And I think having this foundation is just to get the word out that there are options. There's people here, whether you choose it or not, that's not the point, but to have the information to make informed decisions.
This is the world that we're raising our daughter to be in, and I'm going to teach her, you have to speak. And if someone isn't listening, well, find someone else who will. And when enough of us have come together, perhaps then someone else in the higher up will listen.
Yeah, why is one of the arms of the charity education? Because information is power. Yeah, we have a daughter and we want the world to be better for her when she gets out to experience it. So we're trying.
I truly think that talking to these women who I had not met before is what's going to make it enough for me. And going through this experience of Caroline and her photography and acceptance of our bodies as they are today.
The acceptance of where my body is now, I think after this weekend I'll have a whole nother perspective.
Well, there's no describing it until you go through it. And you talk to other people and you go, oh my God, you know what it's like. You know what it's like.
It's pretty amazing to be able to meet other people that have walked in your shoes, even though all of our stories are different. I think this is a lifelong circle of friends.
Hi, I'm Tom McNamara, host of Arizona Illustrated. Thank you for watching this story from our show. And for more local content from Arizona Illustrated, just click right here.